Hello, this is Kirill from forexboat.com and welcome to the 7th tutorial in our series of MQL4 tutorials for beginners. And today we're going to be talking about the for loop. This is the meta editor programming environment, and let's go ahead and create a new script. I know we've done this a couple of times already, but I just think that it's a good idea maybe to do it a few more times so it sinks in and is basically on autopilot. So here we give our script a name. Here we quickly check that this is our information. We don't need any parameters. Click finish, and voila, this is our script. I'm just gonna get rid of these lines as usual. So today we will be talking about the for loop. It is very similar to the while loop about which we talked about in tutorial 5, and that's why I'm just going to go back to tutorial 5 and copy this part of the code, and I'll just put it in here. And so that it doesn't distract us, we will just comment it out. And as you can see, this is where the multi-line comments come in handy. Alright, so that was the while loop, which we discussed previously. Today we're going to talk about the for loop. The for loop also consists of 3 parts. The word for, then normal brackets, and then curly brackets. The curly brackets will contain the body of the loop, just like with the while loop. However, the normal brackets will be different to the ones of the while loop, because here we'll have 3 different segments, and you'll see in a moment why all of these 3 segments are relevant and how they relate to what we saw with the while loop. Basically, the first part of the 4 brackets is an opportunity for the programmer to introduce a new counter variable, or just any kind of variable that will be used in the loop itself. So here we're going to introduce a new variable int I equals 0. Second part of the brackets is responsible for the value that is checked. So here, for example, we'll check that I is less than 5. And then the last part of the brackets allows for any increments that are supposed to occur at the end of each iteration of the loop. So here we can say I++. And I++ is an operation that we haven't discussed before. I++ basically means the same as I equals I plus 1. So this will increase the value of I by 1. A shorter way of writing that in MQL4 is I++. Alright, so let's see how this compares to what we had before in the while loop. So as you remember, in the while loop we had a counter which we used in order to count the iterations of the loop and exit it when we needed to. That counter was introduced before the loop. Here we can introduce the counter inside the normal brackets of the for loop. So basically this part is the same as this part. I is less than 5 is a logical expression that is checked on before every iteration of the loop, and with the while loop that was this part inside the brackets. So this middle part of the for loop is the same as this part of the while loop. And finally, the increment is now located in the for loop, in this part of the for loop, whereas we had to put the increment into the body of the while loop. So basically, from this you can tell that the while and the for loops are very similar, but in my opinion, the for loop is just much more convenient than the while loop, because it allows you to kind of cluster all of this, all of the administrative functions into these brackets. So let's give our for loop a body and say, for example, say alert hello. So alert hello, and because it's a string of text, it has to be in quotation marks, and that's basically it. So we'll compile that, and when we run it, we're supposed to see 5 hello statements. So when I is 0, originally I is 0, this will be true, this will print. Then I will be incremented, become 1, this will still be true, this will be printed. Then I will become 2, this will be true, this will be printed. I will become 3, this will be true, this will be printed. I will become 4, this will still be true, this will be printed. And I will become 5, this will become false, and the body will be ignored, just as with the while loop, and the program will move on. So let's compile that and check. MetaTrader 4, tutorial 7. There we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hellos. So basically, that's how the for loop works. That brings us to the end of this tutorial. Hope you enjoyed it. More tutorials and information are available on forexboat.com. Also, that's where I post all of the source codes if you ever would like to download them and reference them. And hope you can join me for the next tutorial. Until then, happy coding!